Hey everybody, welcome to week 4. Week 4 is filled with good content that is completely manageable by you during this week. As you probably noticed, we have a ton of reading and writing in this class. It wouldn't be an English class without all this composition going on, right? All right, so let's just take a quick look at week 4. You've still got, some of you may still be needing to take the logical fallacies or the core concepts test. It is not closed until April 23rd. So those of you that haven't taken it still have time to do it. So if you look ahead at this week, that was last week. So there's week 3. Week 4, here we are right here. I'll be placing this video in this link right here. Also, you can read the launch that I kind of write the instructions down briefly before I, in addition to giving you the screencast. You've got chapter 4 in They Say, I Say. It's called Yes, No, Okay, but 3 ways to respond. So if you're still, you're obviously, many of you still writing or most of you are engaged with writing your summary response or getting ready to anyway. So this chapter really helps you figure out, gives you some good templates for response. And I think I require them in the next, or maybe in this assignment, I require you to identify some templates to use in your submission. There's also here, revise this student sample summary. This one is, I always hate to click because I never know if I'm going to be able to get back. No, and of course, it's locked because I haven't opened it yet. All right, next, so you'll have a quiz. See, it says there are 5 questions for chapter 4. You have 2 attempts, each 2 minutes, to take care of that chapter 4 quiz. Oh gosh. Let's see. One of the other assignments that you have is called the summary response upload. It is here. So if you are going to be uploading this, which you will be because it is due April 21st at 1 minute before midnight. So make sure that you look at the criteria for the summary response. Read the rubric carefully. A lot of times instructions are more vague. Not on purpose. They're more general, all-encompassing, and the rubric is where you can really tell, have I met the mark? So remember that this paper has its own particular design. One page is simply devoted to your academic summary, and then the other pages are devoted to your response. So you can look at the rubric and see how the points are, set up there. Okay, I wanted to go back to, sorry guys, bear with me. I'm going to go back to kind of the overview of the module. So in week 4, here you are. You got that They Say, I Say. That's a real quick chapter 4 quiz. You also have a sample summary. It's a summary that a student wrote in a previous quarter about the cell phone surveillance article. And so it's a very typical of kind of student composition, how would we say, skill sets. And so I, rather than just talk to you about, what are all these to be verbs and, what is feeling so clunky in your writing, I want you to actually engage with what is it like to grade one of these summaries. What do the weaknesses look like? When I say weaknesses, what are the non-college level aspects that stand out? Our whole point in this class really isn't, are you right or wrong? It's, can you write like a college student and defend your position like a college student? All right, in addition to the getting your summary response paper turned in this week, we're also launching with kind of like a launch within a launch, the definition paper. It's going to dominate the next, say, 10 days of our curriculum. You want to start here. Look, start here. When is a definition of terms necessary? This is a really quick little real world example. I think it's maybe a 3-minute video. That's kind of a real life. Why would we need to define? You can see right now that in our country, we're trying to define so many things. What's considered an actual weapon, like, or even just like I was thinking the other day, is a 3D gun still considered a gun? Does it meet the definition of a gun or a weapon? So definitions are at the bottom of everything. Okay, so you've got all these little resources here. What is a definition paper? What makes it different than any other kind of paper? What are the actual objectives of the assignment? Do you ever wish that your professor would just go, here's what I'm hoping you'll do with this? Okay, so here's a screencast that I've created on that. Okay, here's another one, the definition paper, including student sample topics. It might not be their paper, but it would be the many different topics that students have chosen over the various quarters with this kind of assignment. Here are the official, kind of the cut and dried, how many pages is it, that, the official definition paper instructions, kind of like put it in MLA style, make sure it's this, has this many sources, so that's what I mean by the official instructions. I've also included a really valuable brainstorming technique that I'm hoping you'll save everything you learn in this class to perform it in other classes. This isn't a class that's a, end in and of itself. It's a class that teaches you how to use these skills in other classes. So remember, nothing is to just get through, oh, I got to get through the definition paper. No, I'm having you write a definition paper because coming up with being able to define your terms is going to be really important when you're writing argumentatively. Okay. Here are the articles, the list of articles that you can use in the definition paper. Frequently asked questions, when people go, how often can I use I? Things like that. You might have some questions too. And if it isn't in there, you email me and I will add it to the frequently asked questions. You have a discussion to get yourself ready for picking a topic. I almost never have you just pick a topic. I usually have my students bounce their topic ideas off each other. Even that stage deserves, two heads are better than one. Is my topic, do I have a topic? Is it worth arguing? Get some feedback. All right, then I give you some resources that might help you out. If you are a person who uses and abuses commas, and that's kind of one of your soft spots, then, and you know it, then you want to watch this comma story. If you constantly write in passive voice, which by this stage in college, many students have adopted passive voice, and it's absolutely not the right voice for argumentative writing. If you're going to be arguing, with passion and precision, you want to use active voice, not, a voice that sounds like it's asking permission or a voice that's timid. So always in arguments, we want to sound like we're confident. We use tonal language that makes the point we're arguing even more convincing. Down here, I'm not sure why I stuck it down here. If everything, push comes to shove, go down here to this list of topics and you can see, oh my goodness, in fact, it's kind of fun. Go back, see what other people have done. Again, another list. So I try and give you lots of, definitions. They're potential topics, and I'll even have a few papers for you to look at, sample papers. I don't know if they're in there yet. If not, I will add them to this list. So you've got your working orders cut out. This is a completely manageable week for you. Please engage early in the week so that you're not stuck trying to create a post and a response at 20 minutes to midnight. So I give you the whole week. It's as if I know it feels like nothing's due until later in the week, but honestly, you really should be, and many of you have started doing this, spreading out your, even though you might have till Saturday, don't wait till Saturday, get it done. So those are elements of you taking an asynchronous course that you're really getting a handle on. So that's great. You guys have just been doing a phenomenal job. I can't believe it's the beginning of week 4. If nobody's told you recently, you're amazing students. What you're doing on this online course is nothing short of miraculous. I am just impressed with you. Maybe through the years of the pandemic, Some of us have figured out, hey, I can take an online course. I can manage schedules. And so if you're the type that's finding the online course is completely manageable by you, if you're the type that's going, why did I take this online course? I'm barely keeping up. I apologize to you. Maybe this is part of your learning curve with online courses. So, but for the most part, I feel like everybody is just keeping up beautifully, and not, there's no lack of intellectual quality that's coming out of your work. So if you kind of wonder, how am I doing? I feel invisible. My teacher's invisible. Well, you're not invisible. I'm not invisible. We're all doing real work, and you're doing a great job. Okay, everybody, have an awesome week 4, and take care of yourselves. All right, Tay.